I guess I could turn the cameras on, yeah? Oh, my God.
Yeah, we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties tonight.
Yes,
but hey, we're here.
We were. Hey, welcome to Ramp Check Aviation, everybody. Oh, it's good to be here. That's why we do a countdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make sure.
Tonight,
well, I mean, turning the cameras on seems pretty, like.
Well, I'm used to having 5 minutes to do that, not like 21 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, yeah, anyway.
And we're excited to have our guest on here in a minute.
Yes, we have a special guest. Before we introduce him, in case you've been under a rock or haven't been on X in the last 48 hours, there's a little something going on in the Middle East right now. And we're going to bring our special guest on to talk about that right now. So should we go ahead and just bring him on?
Let's bring him on.
Not keep everybody waiting. Okay.
Good.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
it's
guys.
the new Area 51.
That's
wow.
Right. It's happening.
We're so thrilled to have you on the live stream tonight.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
And not only are you like our first guest, but we wanted to start, we wanted to raise the bar to begin with. So everything else, I'm sorry, is going to be downhill from here.
Yeah. Our first guest this year, that is.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, since the relaunch.
Yes,
Yes.
I know.
There you go.
I just don't want him to think that we're super rookies here. I mean, it might seem like it, but
Damn it, Dwight.
Anyway, so.
So anyway, we're going to call him 51 tonight. We're going to keep all the info on the lowdown with him,
It's my favorite number. Yeah.
He is a quite important Twitter rando, So
I'm a Twitter rando. Yeah, I'm
That's
coming
right.
to you live from an undisclosed location, but not at Area 51 somewhere.
And we're glad he's not sitting in his underwear with us tonight, correct?
Oh boy.
Well, we don't know that.
That's for the after-hours show.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, yeah. Hey, Ryan, do we want to get a couple quick chats in before we kick it off?
Yeah, let's go for it. All right. We got PG Brian, which we just call him BH. Pretty Hats Boy as well. We did have a little chat before to coordinate a little bit in, I shouldn't say celebration, but in honor of kind of what's been going on. So thanks, BH. We appreciate that.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay,
and
so normally
51 probably recognizes some of the guests too, because some of the chats, because we know he's been watching a few of our latest shows.
Oh yeah.
So we're grateful for that.
And of course, make sure you give the new Area 51 a follow on X. Great follow, great content. I mean, you could scroll through your posts for days, and we love it. So,
well, I have to wish you all a happy Airwolf Sunday, and this is my favorite day of the week. So,
Thank
it
you.
is Sunday, and we were chatting a little backstage before the live stream began, and now I know the reason why the love for the Airwolf. So, yes, that's very cool.
Very cool.
Well, the whole thing came about, this Happy Airwolf Sunday, is because every Sunday I'd always say to people, Happy Monster Truck Day, because when we were kids, they used to have Monster Truck Sundays right at the arena. Sunday at the arena.
Okay.
From 9 to 5, it's monster trucks, and Bigfoot, and a Gravedigger, and whatever. And so I always used to say, Happy Monster Truck Day, everybody. And they just look at me and they're like, what are you talking about, you weirdo? And I said, okay, Happy Airwolf Sunday. I think more people can relate to that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Especially all of us here watching. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
A few more chats here. We got Wadman checking in. Some of my favorite randos all in one place.
Love you, baby.
Yes,
That's
thank
right.
you. And
All
we've got Lady Astrojet. Hey, Area 51 is my favorite. Look at that. You have some
very cool
fans, obviously. And I can't say that one.
Triquetra.
Triquetra 331. Hey, A51. There you go. You're getting some shout outs. We love it.
That's cool.
Very, very cool. So I wanted to show this meme because we're going to get to it, everybody. There's a little something going on in over Iran right now. And I think this is a pretty good place to begin. What do you think?
Me too. They almost got it right with the.
I was
going to
say, what's wrong with this picture?
They're missing a number.
Right?
Should be vitamin B21.
Yes, pretty sure that's pretty.
B2. Change the jet on there.
Yes, and we know the seriousness of what's going on, but there's some great memes out there right now. In fact, while we're waiting for 51 to get back with us here really quick, here we go. Mexico's president right now.
Oh God.
and I think this one is actually my favorite. Hey Donald, we cool, right? Anyway,
geez, I think either the Iranians or U.S. military is messing with the 51's feed right now.
Yeah, somebody knows.
Yeah,
somebody knows that he's on with us tonight, and they're trying to sabotage it. Damn it!
I'm getting jammed.
Yeah, you all
sounds like it. Yep.
Hey, 51, I'm going to turn your camera off for just a second. Let's try to reconnect. Is that okay?
Sorry, guys. Okay,
No, you're good, man. You're good.
You're totally fine.
Here,
so,
I'll put his camera off a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tony.
So in the meantime, while we're waiting for him to come back, Operation Epic Fury is going on right now. And if you didn't know that, and just to share a few things, this is from the United States Central Command official X account on X. U.S. Central Command commenced Operation Epic Fury at the direction of the President of the United States. CENTCOM forces are striking targets to dismantle the Iranian regime's security apparatus, prioritizing locations that pose an imminent threat. Operation launched 1:15 a.m., February 28, 2026. CENTCOM area responsibility target location, Iran. And this is pretty interesting. These are all of the assets that are deployed. I find something very interesting right here.
These are the ones employed, meaning these are the ones they've been using.
Wow.
Right. What did I say?
You said deployed.
Deployed.
It sounded like
meant,
you said deployed.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Anyway.
That's okay.
Look at that list.
Wow.
Talk about...
Yeah, I like to see the A10 on there. That's cool.
Yeah.
A-10s, F-22s, F-16s, F-18s, F-35s. You got the Growlers, AWACS aircraft, Maritime Patrol, the RC-135s. You got Reapers, High Mobility Artillery Rocket Systems, the M142, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, guided missile destroyers, counter-drone systems, refueling tanker aircraft, refueling ships, C-17, C-1... The C-5M Super Galaxy is missing from this list.
It is.
But my favorite asset that has been employed is ... and special capabilities we cannot list here.
Right? Yeah, if I wouldn't be afraid of that list at all. Like that doesn't look powerful at all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
just really quick, let me get a chat along the lines of this. The AvGeek Joe checking in. The only thing that Operation Epic Fury needs is more air-to-air kills.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. Nothing confirmed yet. I'm hoping. So Secretary of War Hegseth just put out that there's going to be a press conference tomorrow morning. I think it was 8 a.m. Eastern time or something like that. It was on our X account that I bookmarked. We can check that in a little bit, but hopefully they'll have some more information on that too, because I know all of us are just chomping at the bit. Just come on, we got to hear about some air-to-air victories, because the Iranians had to have launched something.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just going to say, they, in order to scare us off, they had to dust off their F-5s, their F-4s, and their F-14s.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Israel hadn't destroyed, all those already, during the 12-day war last year.
Right. Exactly. So the types of targets: command and control centers, the IRGC Joint Headquarters, IRGC Aerospace Force Headquarters, air defense systems, ballistic missile sites, Iranian Navy ships, Navy submarines, anti-ship missile sites, and military communication capabilities. So they're pretty much going for the full Monty here.
Yeah. Yeah, they
But-
are.
And of course, Iran's supreme leader's pronouns are now was and were. That's been confirmed.
That's true.
And and I've also seen reports on X that they announced a brand new Ayatollah, and like 15 minutes later, it was like, oh wait, they got him too. Now that's not
Yeah.
official. I haven't heard that officially yet, but
Yeah.
some interesting stories coming on though. Just from, you've got propaganda, you've got disinformation, you've got your clickbait gatherers.
Yeah.
I
Well,
also,
and then
that's why
a
when
lot of sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I was just gonna say that's why when all this happened, the funny thing is we were all three working together. Tony had already retired for the night, but Aaron and I were up late watching a hockey game when all this went down. But you just kind of have to, take a deep breath when you read things and be very careful what you
Yeah.
read and see,
Yeah.
because everyone
Right.
wants to come out there and
I
have the
know.
first word, and and I hate the misinformation
oh yeah.
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah,
And,
but-
totally.
and all of a
Okay,
sudden,
51's
oh,
back.
there he
Let's-
is.
Okay, sorry. Can you guys
You're
hear
good.
me?
So
yeah.
much
Let's
better.
try it again. Absolutely.
Okay,
All
I
right.
had to shoot down a couple of anti-satellites. And I think we're back now.
Awesome.
Sorry for the vertical portrait. but
No,
I
that's
think
okay.
this-
If it's
Yeah.
working, let's just keep it that way.
It will go with the flow. Yeah,
That's right.
Was one of those Chinese weather balloons floating over your house?
Perhaps.
Yeah. By
I'm
the
not
way,
liberty to say, but perhaps.
Yeah,
22
Raptor
Raptor
drivers right
drivers.
now. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, and that's the funny thing. 51. So there's been speculation. I mean, there've been a couple of accounts on X that have been saying that some F-35s got some MiG-29s. What have you heard? Have you seen anything? Because I have scoured the internet. I've scoured X. I haven't found anything to confirm any of that information.
same
Well,
here.
I mean, the first thought was back during just before Operation Midnight Hammer that the Israelis destroyed all the Iranian F-14s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And allegedly there was video of this happening, and they said, "Oh yeah, the history of these things, these Iranian Tomcats are gone," and there was really no proof. And unfortunately, it kind of reminds me of the ghost of Kiev, right?
Yeah, good
Ran
point.
on this whole story, and then
Yeah.
it's like, well, did this really happen? And no
Yeah.
one can come through with some conclusive evidence. So I don't discount it per se, but at the same time, I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that makes
exactly. I mean,
sense.
it's it's plausible to believe that these 5th generation fighters are getting some kills, but like you were just saying, I mean, Israel probably destroyed 90% of their Air Force last go around. And yeah, I mean, people are posting weird photos of, jets that are looking like F-20 Tiger Sharks.
Oh
and,
yeah,
Yeah.
know,
what was-
it's
Yeah, just before we came on, I saw a post of a video of them taking out some F-4 Phantoms. Does
the
Iran
ground.
Yeah.
still fly those?
yeah.
They-
they put out that video. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. 51. Sorry.
No, it was just before we started. It was CENTCOM put out a video of it was like MiG-21 fish beds or something getting blown up on the ramp, and I'm like, when was the last time those things were airworthy?
Oh yeah. I
That's
think it was.
right.
I think it was an Su-22.
SU-22, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly the video right before we came on live. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. And then there were some of their drones like in a hangar that they hit.
Right, yeah, the Shaheeds and
Mhm.
underneath it, yeah, in a hangar, yeah. So
And
that,
what
that,
was-
that I buy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And what was great about that video about they're called the Shaheed. Is that right?
Shaheed, yeah.
Yeah, the Shaheed. Well, the angle of the missile or the bomb, whatever it was that took those out, was at such a low angle. I
Right,
mean, talk about
underneath the
precision
roof,
bombing.
yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
came in like from the side.
That's wild stuff. Man.
It is.
Yeah,
Wild stuff.
besides, the obvious things about war that I don't like. From an aviation standpoint, man, you think about the AN-225 being destroyed over in Ukraine, and now you're thinking of F-14s, and it's just like, no, all the aviation history is getting destroyed.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
bueno.
there's more than one emotional impact to war, right? The aviation
Absolutely.
history side of it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So I have a question for you, 51.
Yes.
Obviously, you've got a lot of followers on X.
Which I still can't believe.
Come on, don't be modest.
Sometimes I tweet. I still tweet like I think I have 5 followers. And then people are like, oh, people are listening to you and retweeting you. And Aaron and I were having this conversation earlier tonight. He says, well, you get reposted here and there. And what I told Aaron is, I said, if it wasn't for people like Aaron or my mother or my friends, I'd have no clue, right? I don't really follow it. I just shoot off a tweet and say, oh, okay, what's next stop, Happy Airwolf Sunday. Like I really don't think about it.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But,
so
go ahead. By the way, I wanted to show this meme really quick, just relevant to our conversation of just a couple minutes ago. F-22 pilots targeting the last active F-4s on F-14s on planet Earth.
Yeah, that would be a tough one for sure.
Yeah. Oh, memes. I mean, that's what I've noticed. I mean, this war happening at this day and age. I mean, if you think about it, even like Afghanistan or Iraq, 2003 and after that. I mean, were memes even invented back then? They really weren't.
No.
So
they weren't.
And it's like, you don't want to be lighthearted about what's going on, because I mean, war should always, every effort should be, to avoid a war. But obviously, wars do need to be fought at times in history. But I don't know. I guess it's a way to kind of maybe, keep the intensity of the emotions and, down a little bit. But I mean, obviously, no disrespect to the military and, the leaders that are really probably having a lot of sleepless nights going forward here.
I think World War I, World War II, Vietnam and Korea, and even the Gulf War, they would have been a lot more interesting with memes.
It would be unbelievable.
And I would think the propaganda campaigns, the misinformation, the disinformation, memes would have been very effective. I mean, that's what a lot of people use them for now.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So I have kind of an off-subject question for 51 here.
Oh boy, here we go. I knew it was coming.
Where does your handle come from, the new Area 51? What's this kind of a story behind that, if you're allowed to tell it?
Yeah, maybe it's like a call sign story where they keep it a secret.
I'm going to have you all sign an NDA. No, where it started was it was the first Popular Mechanics article about Area 51, the real Area 51.
Okay.
And there was a character out there called Glenn Campbell. And Glenn, he was like a software engineer from like Boston or Massachusetts. And he heard about Area 51. And this was somewhere in I think like the late 80s. And so he basically like quit his job, drove out to Rachel, Nevada. And he's like, I'm going to figure out what's going on here, right? Like there's been a lot of folklore in the SR-71 and the U-2 program. Mm-hmm. And so he went out there, and Popular Mechanics wrote this great article about him. And he would go up to the, now the Air Force did a land grab probably about 25 years ago, but it was called Freedom Ridge. And it was an overlook down onto Groom Lake. And he used to wear these Desert Storm camo pants, and he had his little monocular and his little lounge chair, and he'd go up there and watch Area 51. And so they did this whole expose. And so that's what really kind of like sparked my interest. And then as time went on, Popular Mechanics, they're like, well, Area 51, old Area 51, people know what's going on. It's getting boring. We got to come up with a new story. So the new story was the new Area 51, and it's Green River, Utah. And they said, oh, yeah, they basically, the Air Force has vacated the old Area 51. They've moved everything to Utah.
Wait, to Green River, Utah?
Green
Yeah,
River,
That is
huh?
wild.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard this. I drive through Green River all the time
just
going to
Google
Moab.
Popular Mechanics, the new Area 51. You'll see the article.
Okay, we'll have to
Oh,
check
that's
that out.
interesting.
I remember seeing this. I'm like, oh, really? The new Area 51. This is like throwing the meat left and running right. Utah, Green River, Utah. What? Like, we're going to abandon the old Area 51 and go to Utah for the new Area 51? So ever since I saw that article in Popular Mechanics, I'm like, yeah, I kind of dig that. It's hilarious.
That's cool.
The new Area 51.
Well,
Well,
that's
maybe it
works.
really does exist. It's just, one of those deep underground military bunkers.
Yeah.
Well, you guys could do the best live stream, right? You guys could all get in your truck and storm the new Area 51 in Green River and expose it
go.
to the world.
yeah. I
Well,
think
that's
there's
going to be a
I think-
pretty boring live stream.
Yeah, I think there's a diner there, maybe a cafe.
Yeah.
Ryan, if you don't remember, for our business, we were driving out to Grand Junction, Colorado, and we were stranded in Green River for about
That's
4
right.
hours.
I do.
Oh,
remember
right,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just love that place.
What a beautiful growing metropolis, Green River is, right? Yeah.
That's
is
when
so
Ryan
bizarre.
and Tony were probed by aliens,
That's right. That's why I said I know it had a diner because that's where we had to sit and wait forever. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to get to a comment along the lines of I tried something 331 Rip Glenn, and I'm guessing that was the one of the people you were just talking about in that
Glenn
story. Is
Campbell,
that correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell, I liked his music.
Wrong Glenn.
Oh,
Wrong Glenn.
wrong Glenn. Okay, sorry.
Joe checking in really quick. I bet at Area 51 is the YF-47 Beowulf and not a Ferengi shuttlecraft. If you know, you know. Okay.
I'm sorry, Joe. I can't talk about it. I'd love to, but no. Sorry.
The Ferengi.
See, he's got the info, but he's
Right?
he's got to deny it. He can't talk about it. That's why.
So
we
the
love
Ferengi are
having him
real,
on
huh?
tonight. Yeah.
Well, you
I
can't
I
tell
hear they're
us.
really good
Apparently-
listeners.
Apparently, they're living in Green River, maybe. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's where the
know-
magic happens.
All these years going by Green River, going through Green River, I've never looked up in the skies because I never thought I needed to. But now it's going to be different next time
interesting.
down that
yeah,
way.
for
But
sure.
anyway, okay. So let's
Sorry, I had
refocus
to get
back
that,
to
yes.
the war
Sorry.
in Iran. And
Okay.
no, it's all good.
The operation in Iran.
Yeah.
I don't believe war has been officially declared. Just saying.
Well, okay. Operation Epic Fury, we'll call
Call
it
it
that.
what it is.
Yeah, we'll call it that. That's the official name.
Right.
So 51. Up till right now, like what are your thoughts on this, on how it transpired? How, usually an operation like this, you'll see it happen like overnight, like a surprise attack in the middle of the night. Everybody's
Right.
asleep. There's
Like
not
we
much.
saw with Operation Midnight Hammer. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then,
So
and then we woke up,
Go
what
ahead.
was it, Saturday morning? And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, there's tomahawks hitting on Iran in the morning time.
yeah.
And you're like, whoa, this is what's going on? Like, this is a curveball.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a much different thing than I think we're used to. And even going back to like Desert Storm, right? That happened like, in the middle of the night, right?
Mhm.
And so now it's like these things are starting in daytime hours. It's very interesting. It's very different. I think when you watch, I have no insight, I have no special knowledge that I can at least admit here on this live stream. But if you watch the buildup of aircraft just on ADS-B, in the C-17s, and the KC-135s, and the KC-46s, and not even knowing, what is the purpose, where they're exactly going. But this
Right.
mass influx, exodus from the continental U.S. Overseas to Europe and the Middle East, this is not an Operation Midnight Hammer type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Back then we saw like a few tankers, like, okay, something's up, few C-17s. And
Yeah.
now it's just like 24/7 for weeks.
Mhm.
Like this is a much bigger campaign. This is
Yeah.
something on a totally different scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point, because I was
Yeah.
going to kind of talk about that as well. It's almost like, they can't really send that many of, the ships and the fleets and be like, it's a training exercise. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, well then
Well,
it's the biggest training exercise we've ever seen,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And
So-
you're not sending the KC-135s and the KC-46s with the C-17s and C-5s just for cargo. I mean, it's obvious
Right, yeah,
what
yeah.
was going on there.
Well,
Yeah.
and there were reports just a few days ago. In fact, we were going to talk about it on the live stream. I think it was on Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it was Wednesday, actually.
Mhm.
We just couldn't get to the story, but there were all these photos coming in. There was actually, I think, Chinese satellite footage or images of F-22s on the ground for the first time ever in Israel.
Mhm.
And so I guess my question to you, 51, is, or to a fellow rando, when does
Hashtag Team Rando.
Yeah.
there you go? Oh, I like that.
That's a
We're gonna
good
have to
one.
add that. So when to you does this become more than just like a show of flex? Because on the quote unquote political side, it's always been about Iran not having nuclear capability. Obviously, Midnight Hammer was trying to accomplish that. But when you see this buildup, you're like, okay, so President Trump isn't just posturing anymore. This is really going to happen.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, as long as the four of us have been alive, we've been hearing the same story year after year, right?
Mhm.
Iran's about to make a nuke and an ICBM and blah, 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 blah. And we need a change and the Ayatollah has to go and blah, 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 blah. And all I can think is at least I've never been to Iran. I'd hope to go someday to Tehran because I think it's a beautiful city and the Iranian people are very cultural and interesting people. But the Iranians I've met here in the United States, I've never had a bad encounter with any of them. They're just very interesting people. They're beautiful people. They're well cultured, well educated. And I really hope that, I don't want to see war. I don't want to see any deaths. But I would like to see a change. I would like to see a prosperous Iran in the future.
Right.
And I hope we can finally see this in our lifetime. That's what I'm praying for.
These people have been, I mean, for the lack of a better word, oppressed since 1979.
It's,
Well, and I was mentioning to my brothers the other day, 51, that I saw a video from 1978, 79 of the people of Iran and, what the lifestyle was like. Apps like you were saying, describing absolutely beautiful city. And then you just see kind of, every 10 years, just, how things have kind of gone. And it's really sad. And I was doing, when this all happened, I was doing some reading and research, and President Carter in 1979 declared a national emergency against Iran, and it's been continued by every president since. So it's kind of like you said, I hope things can finally start to take a turn for the better, because it's been a long time coming.
And the threat that Iran has posed to even all the other Gulf nations, it's like it's just been this thing
it's kind
that
of
they've
like
had to deal with.
the bully in the lunchroom, right? It's just what are they capable of? They're probably capable of a lot. You don't want to tick them off. Well, eventually at some point you have to bring the bully down.
Right. Absolutely. And how many times have they spoken and saying, okay, we're going to retaliate. Oh no, we're going to retaliate worse than any retaliation you've ever seen. It's coming. Just wait. No, really, we're going to retaliate.
And then they keep putting out those horrible AI videos of like these fake aircraft or whatever. And I don't know. I guess that pumps up somebody in their country,
but I guess my question to you, 51, was when you were seeing this buildup happening over the last I'd say over the last about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
So when did it occur to you that this might actually be real, or it might not just be posturing anymore?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Yeah.
What were you picking up on anything? Because you're like the ADSB king here.
No.
With comms and everything. So
these accounts that say they're OSINT, I call myself a no-cent. I don't know. Well, I think it came from the president of the United States, and then we saw this with Operation Midnight Hammer. Okay, we're not messing around, and then just before this buildup, what we saw happen in Venezuela. So it's like, we mean what we say, and we're going to do it. Yeah. And I think the interesting thing, going back to the ADSB, like we talked about, was just the massive buildup. And one can only imagine, like during the first Gulf War, if ADSB existed, you'd probably see a similar amount of movement, right, between the KC-135s, the C-141s, the C-5s, and you'd just be like, "Whoa, what's going on? Like, this is serious." Yeah, like we're gonna kick Saddam and the Iraqis out of Kuwait.
Right.
Can I? You guys mind if I read an X post here that's kind of right along the same lines of what we're talking about? You guys?
How dare you? No.
Yeah, I know, right? Come on, Tony. What the hell?
Let's see it, you rando.
Right. So this is from an account that I stumbled across about about a week or so ago when this buildup was starting to happen. And, this is obviously his take, and this is not intel, but this guy's been pretty spot on about a few things. And so I wanted to just read this. It's kind of a long post, but we'll get through it. So the first 24 hours were Israel. The next 24 hours are America. Here is the force architecture that is now activating and what it is designed to do in sequence. Phase 1 already happened. 11 F-22 Raptors from Ovada entered Iranian airspace, invisible to whatever air defenses survived June of 2025. The mission was not to bomb. Their mission was to map every radar emission and destroy every single air-to-air battery that powered up, and create corridors of absolute silence through which everything that follows can pass undetected. This is what the F-22s did to Russian S-300s in Venezuela. No interceptor fired. The entire network went dark. Iran's rebuilt air defenses likely suffered the same fate in the opening minutes. Phase 2 is now. The USS Gerald R. Ford sits off Haifa with a full carrier air wing. Its position is not offensive. It's a tripwire. Any Iranian missile that crosses the Israeli airspace passes through the Ford's Aegis radar envelope. An attack on Israel is now automatically an attack in the vicinity of an American carrier strike group. That is not an accident. That's the legal and operational trigger for full American engagement under self-defense. The USS Abraham Lincoln, which I think we have a couple videos from, we're going to show here in a minute, holds station in the Gulf of Oman, 850 kilometers from Iran's southern coast, with a second full air wing and escort destroyers carrying 300-plus Tomahawk cruise missiles between them. Phase 3 comes overnight. 6 F-16CM Block 50s confirmed at Diego Garcia. These are Wild Weasel variants built specifically to hunt and kill radar systems. They extend the suppression campaign that the F-22s began. Behind them at Diego sits the assets that end this. B-2 Spirit stealth bombers carrying GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, the 30,000-pound bombs designed for one purpose, punching a hole through reinforced concrete and mountain rock, protecting Fordo. 113 additional fighters sit at European bases ready for deployment. F-35As, 15E Strike Eagles, and more F-16s. 50 fifth-generation stealth aircraft have been added to the theater in the last 72 hours alone. 14 tankers at Ben Gurion keep everything airborne. The logistics tail from the C-17 transport flights now feeding a machine that can sustain high-intensity operations for weeks. Iran's retaliation hit one civilian in Abu Dhabi with debris. America's next phase will hit Fordo with penetrators that were designed during the Obama administration for exactly this moment. The UK denied Diego Garcia and RAF Fairford for strike operations. It doesn't matter. The B-2 can fly from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
Which they did.
Refuel over the Atlantic, deliver its payload over Isfahan, and return without landing. It's been done before. It needs no permission from any country between takeoff and impact. The first day was the Scalpel. The next day is the Hammer, and the Hammer does not need a runway in anyone else's country to swing. So I know that was a long post, but that was actually pretty in depth. I maybe spot on for some of it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, some of it. I don't really know of F-22s doing a suppression air defense mission.
Right.
I know electronically
it makes sense.
Very capable, but
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they carry any weapons to attack radar sites or anything. I mean, 51. Have you ever heard of that either? I mean, we're all out of geeks here.
No, but what I thought was hilarious is it was they had November 1 Alpha, the Goodyear blimp showing up on flight radar. Yes. And everyone started joking like, yeah, this is the whole reason that F-22s are in theater, to take out the blimp, right?
Oh man.
The shit Raptor pilots get, I'm sure.
Man.
I could just see of like when the Chinese balloon was floating, they're like, oh man, you gotta send us.
Can we just hit them? Can we please just get them one real air-to-air victory, kill in a real combat theater against a real
no balloons, no jet. Helicopters, like a legit.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, exactly. Jet to jet. That's right. So during Midnight Hammer, Hill Air Force Base actually put out a press release, a comment that F-35s were actually flying seed missions during Midnight Hammer. So I'm sure F-35s were mixed in there too, very early. Well, especially early on when the supposed Russian and Chinese anti-stealth radars were in operation. I mean, those really worked, right? I mean,
I know, right?
Well, I got to think during that Operation Midnight Hammer, the intelligence that was gathered, real world, real time intelligence, is putting into play and dictating the moves for this Epic Fury operation.
That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. So I got another question for 51 as we're talking about Epic Fury. Was there some radio chatter or something you saw on ADSB that might have set you off that something was going to happen on the morning of the 28th?
Well, I think it's when I saw the Tomahawks going in, right?
Okay.
This was someone made the comparison like, oh, this is just like Top Gun Maverick.
And
like, and there's these guys driving down the road in Iraq, and these cruise missiles just flying over, similar to what we've seen in the Russian-Ukraine war. But you're like, okay, well, this is not going to be limited to cruise missiles because they have so many aircraft in theater. Mm-hmm. And then, they're going to roll out a bomber. You need bombers to, take care of this stuff for once and for all. So it's just like, they're coming. You don't know when they're coming, where they're coming from. And going back to that Operation Midnight Hammer, they really threw the meat left and run right, because it was somewhere right after midnight, and those tankers came right over Whiteman Air Force Base, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's on, like the bombers are going via Diego Garcia and they're going to wipe out the Ayatollah and blah, 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 blah. And so, they sent a bunch of B-2s going westbound, and then quietly these six or seven B-2s take off going eastbound.
That was pretty badass, in my opinion.
That was cool.
For sure.
That was to throw us Twitter randos off,
Yes.
That was,
Yeah.
Kind of worked.
Kind of. Yeah.
A little bit.
But, I think it's like they mentioned during the Operation Midnight Hammer, it was a good playbook for them to see how the social media world, especially the AFGeek Twitter randos, what they look like and what they say, and how do we defeat that, or how do we deceive them? Because if we're deceiving these people, we're going to deceive potentially our enemies, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think about that the whole operation in Venezuela. We saw the right up to Maduro being captured. There was like some command center there, and they had this whole giant screen up, and it had Flight Radar 24 showing in the,
Yeah.
the growlers from the carriers and the tankers, and you're like, well, yeah, maybe this is their best form of intel, maybe not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. Do we, Tony? Do we want to just throw a couple of those videos up, just real quick?
Yeah, let's get to a couple of quick
Yeah,
chats.
let me get
and
to
then we'll
a
throw the
couple.
videos up there.
Our buddy Hess checking in. Start over. Well, you know what
You'll
time
have
it
to
starts,
rewatch
Hess.
it.
And
By the way, our buddy Hess is the other Hilo flyer, the friend of ours.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I hope when I post this that I thought maybe you guys knew each other were Hilo pilots, but no helicopters. Who's this clown?
No, I'm just a rando. Sorry,
If he only
Sorry
knew.
to
If he
disappoint
only
you,
knew.
Hess. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he only knew.
Yeah, he's a huge Airwolf fan, so there you go.
Yeah,
Redeemed.
There you go. Scott Allen Clymer, thanks for chiming in. Raptor is such a beast. No one wants to come up and dance. Imagine having that problem.
Yeah, right.
And
That's
then
true.
he also chimes in and says, at least Iranian pilots have done their homework. They at least deserve credit for that.
Yeah, to
So-
just not launch. They're
Yeah,
like, I'm not
well,
going up.
Well, I was saying
I'm
this
calling in
just
sick today. Sorry.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
was-
head out. Yeah.
I was just saying this yesterday. I was like, if you were an Iranian pilot and you're flying a MiG-21 or an F-14, I mean, and you're told to launch, and what a Raptor is, and what an F-35 is, an F-15, you're like, shit, like you said, maybe I'll just call in sick today, because once you take off, I mean, your success rate is pretty close to zero.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so speaking of memes, I'll throw mine in here. Okay. So
Okay.
this is what I threw up there. So Fox News, Israel says it hit Iranian fighter jets that were prepared off. So of course I put the Godzilla meme up, let them fight.
Let them fight. That's a good one.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's my meme for the night.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's get to a couple of these videos. These are a couple of videos from the USS Abraham Lincoln. A couple of launch videos, and we'll just get to them now.
Yeah. Just watch the volume on there, brother, in case you didn't. Perfect.
I pre-planned.
You did. It's Super Hornet launching. The single seat, the FA-18E.
Ooh, there we
And
go.
then you got the F-35C launching there. And those are Marine Corps F-35s.
We saw some Marine Corps F-35s at Red Flag, did we not? A few weeks back.
They were F-35Bs, yes.
Oh, they were the Bs.
This is
That's
the
right.
carrier variant. Yeah, this is the C
Okay.
model, the big wing and everything. But yeah.
All right,
So
here's
there's
the
that
next
one. You gonna throw one more on there, Tony? Cool.
Got two more to show really quick before we wrap
Beautiful.
things up.
Top hatters.
There you go. Top hatters.
Very cool.
Very cool.
That tail flash.
Yeah, we got a Cagbird launching there or taxiing.
And for everybody watching this, these aren't just random videos. These were actually posted by the Department of Defense
Yeah.
as part of Operation Epic Fury.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's recovery.
That's so impressive.
Yeah, wild.
That is. All right, we'll do some night operations.
I've got a great Polaroid of it.
You imagine being on deck though, witnessing this.
See some burner. Here we go. Yeah.
Awesome. Looks like they
You know,
got
brothers-
J-Sal's on his wing.
When we worked at FBOs when we were younger, it's too bad we didn't launch aircraft like this.
I know,
Yeah, speak
right?
for yourself. I went down to a knee sometimes and cleared them to go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Look at that
love that.
loadout. That's a CAG bird too. Pretty jet.
All right,
Very
last
cool.
video.
Last 51. Did
Yeah.
you ever work at an airport or anything like that, like we did growing up, or anything?
Oh yeah, no, I started at the bottom of the barrel.
Okay.
My first job was washing airplanes at a flight school.
Nice.
I did aircraft catering at the airport in Vienna, Austria.
Okay.
I did
Wow.
cargo loading for UPS with the K loaders and pushing the igloos in.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
I
Okay.
drove the shuttle van between two airports. I did reservations, ticket agent, at FBO.
Wow.
And it's kind of funny when you mentioned like, oh yeah, the F-18s with the wands out there on the weekends.
Yeah.
We get the F-18s come in, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, this is just like Top Gun, right? I'm waving them in with my wands. And I was all excited, and yeah, I've done anything and everything, and it really makes me appreciate to where I am nowadays as a pilot. But I'm equally as happy pumping fuel as I am flying the jet, or as I am sitting in the back of the
That's cool to
plane
hear.
looking out the window. Like every time I go to the FBO, and it's rare, but we show up at the FBOs and have to get fuel, I always carry a bunch of $5 bills and pass them out to the kids, and
Oh,
say,
that's
hey,
cool.
you know, I started out where you guys
Nice.
were. They're always asking me questions like, how do I become a pilot? And I always spend the time and talk to them, because that's what pilots did with me when I was younger, right? And I always ask the pilots, I said, how can I pay you back? And they said, just pay it forward, right? When the next kid comes up to you asking for advice, give them advice.
Love that.
Didn't my
That's
camera
great.
turn off here?
That's great.
We can hear you.
Yep, we just lost your video.
He's
So
just in Green River
just
right
went
now.
in-
We're in Green
Incognito.
River. We're in the new Area 51.
Lady
Well, they-
Astrojet says, y'all have cool hats. Where can I get one? F-35 for life.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That's
boy.
right.
So I
The
just put a
QR code.
I just put a QR code right
Yeah.
there, top left corner of your screen. Go ahead and snap that if you're not on your phone. If you are on your phone, just go to rampcheckglobal.com. That'll take you directly to our merch store. It's right up there in the ticker right now. We've got some really cool aviation gear. You guys should check it out. Rampcheckglobal.com. That is the Ramp Swag store. Aviation merch that doesn't suck. No, seriously. I mean it. Anyway, let's see. We've
Designed
got,
by us.
Yes. So before we wrap things up, I just want to make sure that our aviators are very careful and aware of China's anti-stealth radar that's out there. So this is
Oh,
coming
no.
from Space Koala. China's anti-stealth radar detects the presence of stealth aircraft by exploding, thus alerting defenders that a stealth aircraft is definitely in the area. It's a new approach. I mean, if it works, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, and then I wanted to switch over
man.
to this. I want to thank the new Area 51 for
Yes.
being on with us tonight.
No, thank you guys for having me. This is just a blast. Made my night.
We-
Made my Airwolf Sunday. How about that?
Oh, good.
There you go.
Good.
If we can do that, we'll take it.
Yes. Here's the new Area 51's page on X. Check it out. The new Area 51 at the new Area 51. I never noticed the cat. in the
Oh
image.
yeah, yeah. So I oh boy, long story, but I had I was never a cat lover. I was always a dog person.
Uh-huh.
And I had a relationship with a lady. She says, I want cats. I'm a cat lady. I said, okay, fine, honey. And so we adopted these 2 cats, Coco and Yum Yum. We got them at the shelter. There's 2 Himalayans. And it turns out they're totally into aviation. They loved watching Top Gun and Blue Thunder.
No
You turn on
way.
Top
Oh,
Gun,
that's
and they
awesome.
just sit on the couch, right? So I took this picture that's Yum Yum of the famous scene where they're trading foreign relations, right?
Right.
With the big, right? So yeah, Yum Yum's like, I love you, Dad. This is my favorite movie.
And so you were the one that named Yum Yum, right?
No, she came up with it.
Okay.
It was from some book, but it's
Okay.
just a fun name, Yum Yum
That's
and
hilarious.
Coco.
There
And
you
they
go.
loved going to the airport. So when I go plane spotting, this is when I lived up in New Hampshire, I'd go out to Pease Air Force Base or Pease Airport in Portsmouth, and we'd
Mhm.
watch the tankers or whatever. And Coco and Yum Yum would just sit on my lap, and I'd have the scanner going and taking
That's
pictures.
awesome.
And they're just poking their little heads out the window, watching the planes go by. And
That's
they're
really
like,
cool.
Dad, this is just like Top Gun at home, right?
I have never
That's
heard of a
awesome.
spot of an airplane spotting kitty cat. That's
Me neither.
That's new to me.
Hey, 51, Hess wants to know if you're on Instagram.
I am, and I can't even think of my handle. It's not the new Area 51. I think it's Airline Barf Bag. That's my Instagram
I was
handle.
gonna
Okay.
I was gonna
Okay.
guess it's Yum Yum 51 or something.
Yum Yum. You know, it kind of reminds me him telling that story. Well, a couple of things come to mind. Number one, I love that you mentioned Blue Thunder because I don't meet many people that know about that
Yep.
movie. One of the classics growing up. Number two,
Hashtag whisper mode.
we had a
Yeah.
couple of cats growing up, and we named him Maverick and Goose.
No
Yeah.
way.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh,
did.
yeah.
That's awesome.
We didn't name him Yum Yum and whatever the
Coco.
other one, Coco.
Well,
But
it's,
hey.
it's funny you say that because I also have a Jaffo hat from Blue Thunder. And I
Oh,
almost wore
that
that.
Oh, no way.
Jaffo
That's
hat.
awesome.
Maybe if I come back next time, I'll wear the Jaffo hat.
What a
Oh,
great
yeah.
movie.
We would love to have you back on. And
Awesome.
Come on,
we'll
who
have
in
to
the
have you
chat
get
knows
back.
what Jaffo means?
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's
Come
actually a
on.
good chat question.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Let's see if
Anybody?
Anybody? We'll see how quick anybody can be. We'll give them a minute or so.
Cool.
Just
Yeah, absolutely.
another.
Do you want to read a couple more
Anyway.
chats, I guess, before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
today?
I mean, he asked on Insta, and then we had this Triquetra 331 Lucky. My cat is an ass. Not a plane spotter, huh?
I'm sorry.
And then Hess, I guess, did an emoji, but
That's funny.
yeah, that's it for now.
Nice.
No one mentioned anything, so who's gonna tell us what Jaffo means then?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, Tony.
Okay, except my censor button isn't working, but I'll censor myself. Just another effing observer.
There you go.
I didn't even have to look that up.
Yes, yeah.
I love that movie.
It's ingrained in our memories forever.
It
That's right.
is.
So,
That's great.
okay, one more question before we let you go. What did you think of the movie with Nicolas Cage, Firebirds? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a Sean Young fan. I think she oh boy. I just love her.
Nice.
And I don't discriminate when it comes to aviation films, right? Like, so
Same.
yeah, even being a professional helicopter pilot, watching Airwolf, yeah, we're not going Mach 2 and disengaging the rotor system and blah, 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 and there's no whisper mode. But
Yeah.
that's the whole sense and point of going to movies. It's
Right.
not
For sure.
escape from reality, right?
Absolutely.
So
Like-
I just Tommy Lee Jones and Sean
Mhm.
Young, and then they go after the Mexican cartel guy in the MD 500, which
Yep.
was similar to Blue Thunder,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Colonel
True.
Cochran, right? In his MD
Yep.
500, yeah.
Yep.
I am the greatest.
I
am the greatest.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was peak 90s, just fun and
There you
Classic
go. Oh, yeah.
Nicolas Cage
Like-
too.
Like
Yeah.
Iron Eagle comes to mind. Firefox comes to mind.
Iron Eagle,
Yeah.
Firefox.
Yeah, like of course you watch him now and the effects and stuff. You're like, oh my, but I like how you said you don't discriminate when it comes to
Yeah.
aviation movies because that's
Oh, yeah.
exactly how I feel too.
Just relax. Same
Yeah.
thing with Top Gun. Just
Yeah.
have a good time. Enjoy
Absolutely.
aviation, right?
Yeah.
Yep, there's Hess. You betcha.
Hess
There we go.
saying I'm the greatest. Yeah, Hess and Tony said that basically right at the same time.
Yeah, but see, the thing is Hess actually believes that. That's the funny thing.
You
I
should see the size
know.
of his head. His head is
He wasn't
abnormally
quoting a
large.
movie. He was actually like describing himself.
Surprised he can fit his head in his helmet.
Right.
Lady Astrojet just commenting on loving that we named the
Maverick
cats
and Goose,
Maverick and Goose.
Yep. Well, one of
But,
them was a Himalayan too, or one wasn't one of our cats.
Goose.
or-
Well, Goose
yeah,
kind of looked like
Goose
a
kinda
Himalayan.
was.
Goose
yeah.
did have blue eyes and was white
Yes.
with like some dark ears.
Slightly
so, yeah.
awkward. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goose.
definitely.
Yeah,
Before-
Goose was funny. But
Before we go, I just want to thank everybody who's watching, and especially who's watching for the first time. Welcome to our X or YouTube channel. If you do us a favor, give us a follow, please. We'd love to send our content out to you as well. Want to welcome all of our new YouTube subscribers, also our new X subscribers as well. If you're not subscribed on either one of the platforms, head over there. Please subscribe. We are trying to grow our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of really cool aviation content out there. We've got long form videos. We've got past live streams. We
And guess
have
like new Area 51
shorts.
tonight. I mean, how
Well, yes.
awesome was that?
yes.
Yeah, you guys are great. This literally is probably my favorite live stream when it comes to aviation, right? Because it's easy going. The topics are, nobody gets in a yelling match, and it's
Yeah,
just
right.
fun, and celebrate aviation and have a good time.
That's
Exactly.
and
We
that's what
appreciate
we do.
that.
Yeah, we thank
Yes,
you so much
thank
for
you.
that. So please check out our content. Do us a favor, like some of those videos. Obviously, subscribe to the channel and comment on the videos as well. We're going to start something new here next week. Can't tell you about it yet, but it's gonna be worth it for you to comment on our videos as well. So again, thank you for watching tonight. Anything else anybody wants to say before we close it out?
Yeah, I mean, 51. Anything else you want to say? I mean, again, we really appreciate you on tonight and your kind words as well.
I hope if you haven't seen Airwolf or Blue Thunder or Firebirds, go
There you
watch
go.
it now. You're not going to regret it. And
No.
if you don't like it, then you can come talk to me and give me an earful. But
I personally am going to go find out where I can stream and watch all the old Airwolf episodes because
Yeah.
I
it's
was
now on
there-
Prime Video.
Okay, there you
Oh,
go. Thank
there you
you.
go.
I
Oh.
want to search. So I
That's good to
remember
know.
watching Airwolf when I was a kid, but I very loosely watched it because I was younger and probably didn't understand a lot of the storylines and stuff. I was just like cool black helicopter, but because of you, I'm gonna go and push up on my Airwolf. So thank you.
That's
That,
right.
that made my day.
And if you're going to watch Blue Thunder and Firebirds, got to watch them on Laserdisc.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Laserdisc.
We
yeah.
had them on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually I purchased on eBay, this was probably about 20 years ago, a Japanese Laserdisc version of Airwolf. I never
Oh,
watched it in
wow.
Oh,
Japanese,
wow.
but I was so proud of it. I said, wow, Japanese Airwolf.
That's cool.
I had a Japanese Laserdisc version of what was the first Star Wars? Not A New Hope, like number one. The chronologically first one, the Force, or what the hell was it? About
Attack of the
Anakin?
Clones? What?
No.
The,
I don't
is it
know.
Episode
episode?
one,
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. Thank
Yeah,
you.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
Gosh.
This is, yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like a great place to stop.
Yeah.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and Server Ninjas. Great show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much. Lots more to come. We're really excited about 2026. So, and
Yes. Onward and upward. I hope you all win the lottery.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
well, thanks.
We're-
We'll share
we'll-
some with you if we do.
We
Please
do too.
Just
Yeah.
for that luck.
We'll win the lottery by having you come back as another guest again. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, and a Canon 500mm f4 lens too. please.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, I
You're
can let
speaking
you use
Aaron's
my
language.
600 F4.
This is where I usually
Yeah.
my eyes
was
glaze
gonna
over
say-
because I don't know much about cameras. But man,
let's let
Aaron
Ryan
sure
and Tony
perked up.
cut their feet off, and 51 and I can sit here and talk Canon
you
glass.
guys can go on
That
for
works
another
me.
2 hours.
Speaking of going on for 2 hours, let me just get these chats in. Lady
Yes.
Astro Jet says, done. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hess, be on time next time. And
Right.
Tricerca 331 had fun, guys. Thank you. We appreciate you guys watching.
Yes, so did we. At the new Area 51 on X, I think we should wrap it up. What do you say, guys?
Yep, let's do it. Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
ciao for now. Thank you guys.
Okay, thanks everybody again for watching. Don't forget, live stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, right here on X, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, wherever you get us. So
There you
anyway,
go.
have a great evening. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan. Good day.
See ya.
Jumbo.